Hello and welcome to another edition of BuzzFeed Unsolved Postmortem, a show where we answer your most pressing questions about the most recent episode of BuzzFeed Unsolved, which was the Phoenix Lights. All the questions we're answering today came from you guys via our BuzzFeed Unsolved Facebook page and our BuzzFeed Unsolved Instagram page.
What a fun episode, though, talking about aliens with our new pal.
Giorgio. Phoenix Lights, actually this episode was pretty sweet. One of my favorite cases when it comes to extraterrestrials.
Kurt Russell saw it.
He did see it, apparently.
If anyone's got Kurt on the line, send him the link to the episode.
I'm sure he'd love it.
Kurt?
Kurt looks like a guy who really is into YouTube. Facebook, here we go. This comes from Danielle Devoti. I'm with Shane in calling it military activity. We are simply too far away from other inhabitable planets, but let's say it was aliens. They make the trip, however long it would take, and they stay for 3 hours? I won't even drive to Florida from Tennessee without planning to stay at least 4 nights. But aliens that travel from millions of miles away are good with putting on a brief light show before continuing their travels. Also, as far as the lights looking like one massive ship, light pollution blocking out stars and the human brain trying to make a picture that makes sense by connecting the dots, lights. Had there been a mile-long aircraft, there would have been mass hysteria and national news coverage that night, not a newspaper article 3 months after the fact. Hashtag Shaniac.
That hashtag Shaniac is like a fucking mic drop at the end of that one.
Yeah, is it?
I mean, here's the thing. I do believe in aliens. There's a lot about this that is a little strange to me.
The light pollution thing, maybe.
Seems like a little bit of a stretch.
You mentioned the light pollution thing.
I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me to say. I wasn't there. I'd like to have been there. Got to see it with my own eyes, really. I'm at that point.
Looks like that hashtag Shaniac doesn't really mean much. You gotta say something. You gotta say something when you're doing like this. You can't just do that. You can't just make noises.
I think I can. Also, I am similarly confused by their methods or their techniques. This is just in general. It's a different, if it is aliens, it is a different culture. They have different norms. Maybe they have different travel plans. Maybe their road tripping is a little bit different than ours. It does seem strange, though, to fly over Phoenix for 2 hours and then leave. The universe is very large. We could just be a Denny's on the grand scheme of things.
Okay, let's not belittle Denny's.
Oh, I'm not belittling Denny's.
It sounded like you.
I love Denny's.
I love Denny's too.
I've given more to Denny's out of my pocket than any other charitable foundation, I think. Let's take it over to Grandtown. Here's from Michaela Page. Are you guys aware of your matching pants in this scene? Referring to the interview with Giorgio. We were aware on the day of that we had worn very similar pants.
We didn't call each other up though, the night before and saying you were in the red pants.
Ryan, you can be honest with them. Ryan called me the night before.
I did not
and
do
said,
that, no.
I think tomorrow's going to be a red pants day.
Even if that were true, that would mean you had agreed to that. So you were complicit in it.
I said, hell yeah, it's a red pants day.
That's an odd choice.
Sign me up.
You know why it's clear that it wasn't coordinated? It's because they weren't the same shade of red.
We tried our best.
No, we didn't try our best. If I'll tell you one thing, I'll prove it to you. Next week, we'll come into the post and we'll wear the exact same thing.
Should we?
We'll fucking nail it.
Oh, yeah.
Facebook, Ryan Vandeput. This seems to be directed at Giorgio. Don't expect to be taken seriously on Ancient Aliens when you turn up for an on-camera interview looking like Beetlejuice. And with an alien emoji. Not nice, Ryan. Giorgio is
watch yourself.
Yeah, he's a nice man.
When he first walked into the room, yes, his hair was overwhelming. I saw it and I was like, wow.
But he makes it work.
2 minutes into it, I truly believed he was the coolest man in the room.
Exactly. And you don't have to believe that because it was true.
It was true.
It's obviously true. Then again, not a lot of competition to be offered. Not very stiff of a competition.
Just the red pant.
It's just the red pant boys that aren't quite the same red.
RPBs, baby. RPBs for life.
And our crew.
Here's from 911 meme. Could this have been a case of mass hysteria? Seems plausible. Love the show. I don't think it is.
Yeah, I don't think it is either.
All right, next question.
I mean, obviously it's not because we saw news footage of the lights in the sky. Mass hysteria is usually connected to something that isn't even happening.
Right, I can see maybe people's opinions being swayed by if 100 people are like, I think it's an alien. Maybe there's an extra subset of people who barely saw anything and were like, yeah, it's aliens.
Yeah, they weren't saying people were witches.
No.
They were like, holy shit, look at those fucking big ass lights in the sky.
Or dancing themselves to death.
Or dancing themselves to death, as they do in France. Or that laughing epidemic in Japan.
Very good.
Also very good. People died in that too.
Yeah.
They died of laughter.
What a good way to go.
I guess you die doing what you love, I suppose.
Can you just imagine laughing until the light goes out of your eyes?
until you cease to breathe.
Yeah.
There's probably one last horrifying cackle at the very end. And then you're frozen
And you
like
poop
that.
your pants.
Zoe Aloe Lindgren, I still think it's Area 51. Top security aircrafts wouldn't have been explained to civilian or low-level military people. They do shady shit at Area 51, and I think it's actually in their best interest to keep the public thinking that the lights were aliens so that our enemies don't know what we're doing. Hashtag Bugaro with ghosts, but Shaniac with aliens. Hashtag so sue me. Hashtag I love you both.
I mean, this sort of illustrates my biggest stance. This is what I'm going with for the most part. I think the government cannot be trusted. I think, you should trust the government to a degree. I don't want to push any.
Hey, don't come on here to push your political agenda, pal. We're talking about ghosts and aliens here.
I'm not trying to encourage you to be a seditionist or anything, but
You should all register to vote, though.
please register
Please
to vote.
register to vote. If you get anything from this episode, register to vote.
And not just in your big presidential elections.
No,
There's
but-
a lot of small local elections that probably affects you even more. Now, you can't trust the government.
Welcome to the spin zone, baby.
I don't know. If they're, I know you had a lot of, you took issue with the fact that they didn't tell the governor. And
I took issue with a couple things in communication when it came to internal affairs here. They didn't tell the governor, which, sure, okay.
that makes sense to me.
Maybe
I feel
fine,
like you
whatever.
wouldn't tell him.
But you should probably tell
No
the
one.
local military bases.
It's above their pay grade, man.
So you would rather have our own military fire off missiles at something that's our own ship because you didn't tell them about it?
I'm sure there's like a protocol for these kind of things.
There isn't, because they sent off
I think it's fine. I think
they sent off 2 fighter jets to go pursue something that was our own vehicle then.
did they fire?
No, because they were scared.
Because they were scared. I don't think it's only because they were scared.
That's what it seems like.
I'm sure their boss wasn't like, well, why didn't you shoot him? Even
was
though I didn't
scared.
give the order. No, my knees were shaking.
my fingers were
I
getting
had never
sweaty.
seen anything like that.
My knuckles were sweating.
Megs Fowler. I know this has nothing to do with this episode, but can ghosts see each other, Ryan? Can they? That's a fair question.
I guess that is fair. Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, I would say so.
A good answer.
I mean,
Yeah, I
like
would
I
say
said,
so.
every time it comes to these ghost logic questions, I'm gonna sound silly no matter what when I answer them.
No, why would you sound
Because
silly?
there's no way
Please.
for me to conclusively say any of that shit. I'm still trying to prove ghosts are real, let alone, hey, do they see each other? Do they like nonfiction or fiction? I don't know.
I guess it makes sense that they would see each other because if we can allegedly see ghosts,
But yeah, I guess if you're gonna logically look at it, yeah, you would assume.
and ghosts can see us if they interact with us, unless there's like a step of removal, like ghosts can only. Well, I don't know.
I'm gonna say yes.
You're gonna say yes.
I think they could see each other. I only say that because there has been EVPs caught of 2 ghosts talking to each other.
Oh, what about The Sixth Sense?
That's a movie. Let's go to Katie Elaine. I still think the first may have been UFOs, but the second could have been flares. The military may have used the flares to try and distract us from the first event and to make us think they were all flares. I just find it sketchy how often these stories change regarding extraterrestrial life.
That's an interesting theory, right? Pretty good.
I think it's good, yeah. She's talking about the first and the second event for the Phoenix Light. The first one had less witnesses, still a good amount of witnesses. The second event was the one that was seen by most news cameras because people had been kind of buzzing about the first event. The military offered the flares explanation for the second event, but has no explanation for the first event, pretty much ignoring that there were 2 events in general.
I love that. I love it.
Which is like why, that seems like the ultimate half measure to me. you're talking
that's
about,
why I'm saying they do not give a shit.
I mean, yeah, that would suggest I can't really think of any other thing to file that away under. Yeah, I mean, it would appear that they don't give a shit.
Yeah, I love it. Back on over to Grahamtown, Emily Cargill. You're dumb if you think aliens don't exist, but you're also dumb if you see funny lights in the sky and immediately go to aliens. Also, ghosts aren't real. Emily, there's a lot of negativity in the world. You don't want to go around calling people dumb. You know, if you disagree with someone, it's fine. It's fine. I don't think Ryan's dumb. I think he's excitable. And that's fine.
He's not telling the truth there. He's definitely said.
I don't think you're a dummy. I think you're a smart person with some very unique views that don't always add up. And that's fine.
Okay. Ghosts are real. Lights in the sky may very well be aliens. It may not be. You don't know.
Well, that does it.
It does do it.
What's coming up this week?
This week we take a little trip down to the south to start a little 2-episode journey. This first one is good for those thirsty for ghosts.
Oh, if you've got that ghost thirst.
Yeah.
Get ready to get quenched.
Or not. That does it for this episode of BuzzFeed Unsolved Postmortem. Make sure you watch the episode this Friday and send your questions into the BuzzFeed Unsolved Facebook page and the BuzzFeed Unsolved Instagram page, and maybe you will be on the next Postmortem.
Very exciting.
Yes.
Yeah. Our weekly Q&A concluded. I now welcome you to the part of the show we call the Hot Dog.
Why does
the
this
Hot Dog
voice?
Saga, commissioned by and starring Ryan Stephen Bergara, written by me and adored by every single viewer. And if you don't like it, you can kiss my apple taters. Zap! The tiny ghost of a hot dog witch apparates in the middle of the jungle forests of the alien planet Tomat.
Is this a long one?
Yes, her name is Pam, and for the first time in her afterlife, she's doing the best she can. Gene! Mike Soup! It's me, Pam! We don't know each other super well beyond me dropping all your friends in a volcano. Oh man, I can't believe that worked. Anyway, I got murked and it chilled me out. Just visited Maisie in a subterranean prison cell, and it seems like she could use your help. So I Pam Kazammed out of there, which is my catchphrase now that I'm fun. Anyway, I'm here to help now, so come on out. Silence. Tell you what, I hate this planet. As Pam continues through the jungle, her eyes behold an eerie sight. The lifeless bodies of Jean, the Nobel Peace Prize winning French fries, and Captain Mike Soup, a guy who was really good soup. Oh, what the heck? I know I spent a great deal of my life trying to make you guys dead. And full disclosure, seeing you this way, there's a small part of my funky no-good heart that's like, hell yeah. But the rest of me is different now. The rest of me weeps to know that I'll never hear another chart-topping hit from Jean, the French fries who sang songs so good that the US government laser engraved some of their lyrics onto the face of the moon. And Mike Soup, I know you pretended you weren't the infamous Soup Baron, but we're all pretty sure you were. Without you, the chili wars might still be raging. Oh, wow, a little talking hot dog lady. From the brush, a plupple. Oh, freeze, Dingleberry! Get your hands where I can see them, or I'll do some messed up ghost witch stuff to you that would make puke. Oh, hey, no big deal. Hey, you want some money? It's got my face on it. Here's $1 million plupple bucks. I don't want your money, you ho-humming beanbag. I want to know who ordered you to kill these travelers, since you're obviously too inept to make any decisions for yourself. Huh? Oh, no, they're just napping is all. Promise, you can trust me, I'm a plupple. Oh, all right. That actually makes sense to me, because the one thing I've always said is you can definitely trust someone who repeatedly insists that you can trust him, you idiot. I don't care if you're a plupple. I don't care if you're Alfred Molina. You think I murdered an entire menu of beloved wedding guests by being honest? I'm the queen of deception and straight up dirty tricks. Game recognized game, however inferior. Hope you don't have much on your to-do list, donkey nut, because you're about to get possessed by a hot dog witch. Oh wow, what the heck are you talking about? Pam hovers in the air, briefly, then shoots toward the unsuspecting plupple. Pam, kazam! Garth stands motionless. He blinks. Shouldn't have done that, hot dog. From deep inside Garth, Pam's voice echoes, faint. What the hell? Where am I? Should have done your homework, hot dog. Only thing deep inside me to possess is a pit. Oh, this is messed up. How was I supposed to know plupples have pits? They don't. Enjoy your stay, Pam.
Whoa, what's all the commotion?
Nearby, Gene and Mike wake from their nap. I've just had a tremendously confusing dream about that old hot dog witch, Pam.
Oh, that lady bummed me out.
Oh, hey guys, we better get a move on if we want to reach your friend before sundown. I let you sleep an extra 10 minutes because you looked so at peace. Aw, gosh, you're a peach.
No, you said it, Mike.
And that's it for, I didn't write the whole, well, fine, wait, will they ever find out next week on the hot dog escape from the planet of the...
You don't need to wrap it up.
That was good. Did that one all, was that smooth, go down smooth for you?
No.
It's getting good.
No. It was like I swallowed the outside of a pineapple. Just rocked my fucking throat the entire time. It was gross.
Jesus Christ.